This might, keyword being might, be my return to long form content. Long time no see. It's been a really long time since I've posted long form content. I've been posting my TikToks and shorts, but longer form content is something I moved away from for a little while. I did video essays for a little while, but as much as I love academia, I'm a master's student, I just want to do fun girly pop things. So this vlog, I think, is going to be a little look at all the things I'm doing to have life in the work-life balance, if that makes sense. I'm currently writing my dissertation for my master's. I do an MLit in gender studies here at the University of St Andrews, but that's neither here nor there. What's more important is I live in St Andrews. There is a beach about 10 to 15 minutes from where I live, and the sun is intermittently in and out at the moment. I do have a little bikini on. Whether that actually comes out and it's warm enough to, completely different question, but we are going to go start our day down on the beach. If you ever watched my TikToks when I did my undergrad dissertation, I very much burnt myself out. It wasn't great for my mental health, so I'm really prioritizing work-life balance. As someone who has been medicated previously for depression and anxiety, has battled my demons, if you will, I very much am trying to find where my balance lies. And so we do a little bit of work. We do some readings on the beach. We make notes. We do little summaries in our dissertation journal. Currently, we're working on chapter 1. But alongside all of that, we take a book to the beach. We sit in the sun. We go and see a film, which we're doing tonight. We're seeing the F1 film. It's all of those little things. It's going and sitting in a coffee shop. It's changing study locations. And getting my hair done on Friday. These all just keep me sane. I got my nails done this week. To be fair, I wasn't planning on that, and that was an expense that kind of hurt me because essentially I lifted one when I was cleaning. It hurt a lot. But I have zero expectations about this vlog. I don't even know if it's going to go up, and if it does, it's probably going to be a little while from now, and it will only be if I can consistently get myself to keep making content. But we'll see. First things first though, we need to head to the beach, so let me pack a bag. This is a little Fabletics bag I got years ago, maybe my first year of undergrad. This has been what I've been using for the beach. In here is a very sand-covered little tote bag. It's my Durham grad one, with my beach blanket. This is just off Etsy. And then I also have a towel just in case I do decide to dip in the sea. When I say dip in the sea, I mean I go about up to my waist because I have a fear of open water and I don't like getting my face underwater. Plus, I don't want to wash my hair prematurely. We have my book I'm currently reading. This is Richard Osman's The Man Who Died Twice. This is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series. I borrowed all of this series off of my mum before I came back up after my birthday because I wanted to read Thursday Murder Club ahead of the adaptation coming out, and I quite liked it, so we're continuing with the series. This little Sunbum pouch, we have the little Sunbum lip balm. This has SPF 30, Tangle teaser, and a little travel size of the Sunbum sun cream. I actually need to buy more sun cream. I'm gonna pop a little claw clip. I think that's just from Primark, but just on the bag. Charger, AirPods. I don't know how much charge my AirPods have, but let's hope it's enough. Let's head off. So I've worn this skirt before, but with bikini bottoms on underneath with the tie sides, the lining, she likes to move apparently. Never did before. You learn new things. Isn't she gorgeous? If you were to ask me why I love the beach, a lot of people would probably say, you know, swimming, sunbathing, etc, etc. I'm on a Scottish beach. It just happens to be a lovely day, so sunbathing isn't necessarily always possible, right? But it's just so calm, especially East Sands, because I come down to East Sands, not West Sands, which is normally busier. It's a bigger beach, just nature of the thing. But whilst I have kayaked hungover in Tenerife, and that was really cool, and whilst I would love to paddleboard, and I have before, again, very fun, and whilst I would love to learn to surf, I am scared of open water. So surfing currently out because it requires getting in. Paddleboarding and kayaking, hopefully you stay dry, which is why I like them. But the water isn't necessarily the appeal. It's just, it's so zen, and it means I'm getting outside, I'm calm. There's 1,000,001 dogs usually because this is a big dog walk beach, and I half the time they come up and greet me. I'm a dog person, I love dogs. Grew up with 2 Springer Spaniels, would love a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. There's a part of me that just thinks I need to move somewhere so I can live on the beach all year round. Because genuinely, even though I still work here and I'm reading and I'm getting stuff done, my stress levels go down so much. Just hearing the waves, being outdoors without loads of people around. Essentially, I need to buy a beach house with a private beach. That's what I'm hearing. Although I don't know if I could do warm Christmas. That's the only drawback to me. We also have the first few readings we're going to go back through and my dissertation journal. So I've got notes on all of these readings. And I'm just going to plan out some of my chapter 1 and put some of these in conversation with each other now. Obviously pens so I can write. My book I'm currently reading, which is what we're going to start with, because I love to read, I don't always make time for it, so I'm trying to start my day with a book. And sun cream in here, which I am going to pop on because the UV may not be mega high, but my shoulders are out, and I did burn some of my face the other day, so we're being careful. I currently can't see what you can see because I'm using my back camera, so if you can see mess, no you can't. Are we agreed? I did take my makeup off because, as you can see, I'm kind of red and peeling. I sunburned my face a little while ago. Everyone has one really bad sunburn in their life. I was just idiotic enough for it to be when I'm 23, not when I'm like 14. Before we head out to Dundee to go see the F1 film, I'm going to put on a bit more makeup, brush my hair. I'm going to change the outfit a little bit, take my bikini off, all of that good stuff. I'm feeling super light. Concealer, bronzer, blush, powder, eyebrows, mascara. That's the brief. Which is cute considering I used to do, if I was going to do makeup, I only knew how to do a full face, which was, let's just say, entertaining when it came to going to sixth form with a full look with eyeshadow and everything. I was thinking, and as I was kind of laying in bed doing a little enrichment doom scrolling, enrichment for my little heart, I was thinking that what I should do, or could do, is spend 3 days as if you were taking a long weekend off, visiting for a long weekend, of just going round St Andrews and doing all of the things that I would recommend doing if you had, say, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday here to have a look round for the first time. I think it will motivate me to do some of the more touristy things in my own little town that I definitely haven't done yet. But also, we are in tourist season now, and we will be till the end of summer, and we do get quite a lot of tourists. Literally, start to finish, 3 days in St Andrews. I don't know if that's something anyone will be interested in. Currently, I don't know if anyone's ever going to even see this vlog, because I don't know if it's going to go up, but that might be a content idea that either I have, is coming, or is already ready to upload, depending where we are on the content. So I have popcorn to take with me that I bought on my Tesco trip yesterday for, I go into Dundee and do a weekly shop, which is actually about a week and a half to 2 weeks of shopping. And the drive is good for my little mental health. That's one thing. I am so happy my car is here. I've used that car to drive to Dundee so many times, for the cinema, to get a new tattoo that I got in January, for doing my bi-weekly shop. I'm trying out this as a new product. It's the Say setting powder, the loose setting powder. Before this, I was a Laura Mercier girly, but I saw that one on offer on Cult Beauty, and I thought I would give it a go because I hear so many people say good things about Say products. I have a Say mascara. I will say, get it? For me, it's just a little bit too wet for my preference. Now, saying that, I haven't stopped using it. It didn't rule me out from keeping the product and using it until it runs out. So it's a minor thing. It's not major. Oh, did I say my dilemma was I didn't have a drink for the cinema? And I'm debating going to Black Sheep and grabbing a drink and then hoping it doesn't melt on the way over, although I'll have my aircon blasting, so it shouldn't. We are done the makeup. I feel like I just blinked mascara everywhere. Oh no, I think we're fine. Okay, I'm going to change and then we'll regroup. I realise I've been stood in front of a ring light this whole time. This is the fit. Little urban vest. These pink cargos that I got for a themed party in second year of uni. Still going strong. And then my very crusty Nike trainers, which have seen better days and have been in 601 too many times. Let's head up. I've already got makeup on this. The screen on my car is taking forever to come up. Oh, she starts as I'm talking. Car is on, we're about to do the drive. I don't know if I'm stopping at Black Sheep yet, but depending if I can park, I will. If not, we'll get a Tango Ice Blast. Literally just said the same thing to my TikTok, but multiple content. Versatile content that can go across mediums, forms, platforms, whatever we want to say. Oh, I'm shiny. I have just come out of the cinema. Look, there she is. I know nothing about F1. I don't watch F1. I think I might need to now. I am someone who grew up on like Fast and Furious. So I like the adrenaline of driving content. I also grew up in the era of like Top Gear. I'm British. But on the flip side to that, I took 3 times to pass my driving test. The third time, I was so ingrained in my bad habits of driving that I thought I wouldn't pass, not because I couldn't drive, but I've been doing it so long that I had all the bad habits you're not meant to have. And I used to be so anxious about driving. When I was learning, me and my dad took this car, Crystal, out. And I freaked out so much that I stopped the car halfway down the road we live on, got out and walked the rest of the way to our front door. Now, I just did 500 miles home and 500 miles back in this little Peugeot 208. She's named Crystal. She is my safe space. We had to overcome anxiety to get there, but she is my safe space. So I love driving stuff. That film had all the best parts of it to me. It has you on the edge of your seat. You feel connected to it. And that's something. Feeling connected to driving. Feeling like a little piece of freedom in your hands. I feel like it visually captured that really, really well. There was definitely some bits edited out towards the end. You could feel it. But it was a fairly long film and it didn't drag at any point. So they probably were hoping that by cutting stuff, they could keep that snappy feel that it did seem to have that carry you through the movie. I'm learning that I need to go home, watch Drive to Survive. How many seasons of that are there? Because I need to get on that. And then I need to start learning about F1. I need to text my cousin, Zoe, because she watches F1. She needs to tell me everything. Who do I support? I drink a lot of Red Bull. Does that equate to me supporting Red Bull? I don't like orange, so I feel like I can't support McLaren. Ferrari? I went to prom in a Ferrari. Such a cool car. I'm home now. We did skincare. Believe it or not, I'm not as red as I was a few days ago. I had all skin like cracking around here, which yes is still a bit red. Oh, I did not take my mascara off very well. And currently I look a bit shiny because I just moisturised. You can see I worried at my lip and split it in the movie because really it's a miracle that I'm not picking at it because I used to pick at my skin so much. But it's just a little bit here and a little bit down here. She's actually looking quite good, I'll be honest. But I've decided tomorrow is going to be like a little rest day because I can kind of decide how my weeks look at the moment. Because yes, I'm doing my dissertation, but I'm in charge of my entire schedule. So tomorrow is a Thursday. I'm going to count it as kind of a down off day for me. I might do a little bit of writing stuff up, a little bit like I did in Fisher and Donaldson today, just writing up some of the bits I've read. But I'm not going to stress myself out too much. I can feel in my heart that I need a lay-in because everyone will be shocked, at least people who actually know me in person, like in real life. But I've been waking up at like 7, 8 in the morning and getting out the house before 9 a.m. because I've been on the beach. But sometimes you just need a little home day. And I'm feeling that for me tomorrow. It's about balance. Getting out the house, which is something I didn't used to do a whole lot, especially after COVID, anxiety. And also knowing when to give yourself a break so you don't burn out. For now, I'm going to lay down in this bed, probably doom scroll on TikTok, maybe read a fanfic, and go to sleep. I wanted to sing like, good morning, da 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 da, good morning. morning to you. I don't even know if that's a tune. Anyway, believe it or not, the skin is looking better. Now that I'm right next to a window, it looks a bit patchy, but in the mirror, she looks better. I was going to show you me making this just Greek yogurt, granola, a little bit of honey, and then some berries, because Greek yogurt is way too sour for me to not have honey involved, but I need to clean the kitchen. So we aren't going to expose you to that mess, but it's about 11, so this is a breakfast / lunch situ. But I did get my lay-in, like I said I was going to have, so we're extremely happy about that. I also realised, is it Ironheart? The new Marvel thing came out yesterday on Disney+. So I think I'm going to pop that on in a second before figuring out what I'm going to do with my day. I also love that I'm still wearing this big pyjama top. I have 2 settings, and it is really cute, matching set, heatless curls, very put together, or it is giant t-shirt. Maybe I throw my hair into a messy bun, maybe I just wake up with it huge down. And those are my 2 settings. I'm a girl of extremes. Some would call it black and white thinking, all or nothing behavior, but that feels like we're pathologizing it a little bit too much for my liking this early in the morning. I say this early in the morning, it's 11:21. I'm thinking my agenda for the day. Edit my TikToks, which obviously I won't show you because it's kind of just me sat on the phone doing this. Split, delete that, split, you know. I want to start watching that, I think it's called Ironheart. I may be really, really wrong because I've only seen about 2 adverts for it, but I'm excited by it. I very much got into Marvel in the past couple of years. We may start watching that, so I may recap my thoughts. And then the boring stuff that will time-lapse because you can do it with me, which is quick clean of my kitchen, some laundry, all of that good stuff. It is called Ironheart. I was right. Let's start. How many? Oh, 3 episodes. Do we just binge? It's about an hour later. It's about 12:31 according to my little friend here, but I won't say her name because then she'll start talking to me. But I have edited 4 TikToks actually. A disc vlog to go up today, outfit for F1 movie, vlog of F1 movie, like going to see the F1 movie, and then also a food shop vlog, which currently is just banked content to go out at some point when I haven't got a day for content, or content for a day, technically. Anyway, I've also watched 1 episode of Ironheart. I'm finding it kind of hard to get into it. I might give the 2nd episode a go after I've had a shower. But currently I'm a little bit dubious, not the biggest fan in the world. Maybe I'll come around to it, who's to say. Although I must say, what's with the cape on Anthony Ramos's character? I have questions. So what we've learned after this shower is we need to buy some tan remover. I kind of forgot that I had fake tan on because of, you know, the tanny bunny, all of this situ. I'm about to hop on Amazon and see how much the Bondi Sands tan eraser is on there versus Boots, because I currently have none. We're also wearing a glorified pajama look. Wait. Is that better? That might be better. It's like a linen blend H&M trouser that's actually too big because I bought them as beach trousers, and as I've said before, and I will continue to say, the best beach trousers practically fall off of you, so there's no awkwardness about getting them on and off at the beach when you're in a bikini bottom. And then this is actually a H&M top as well. I bought these 2 pieces together. I was very confused at what bra situation, because really this is great for a bikini top underneath, but we went for a little lace bralette situ. Products, dry the hair, do random chores. That's the order we're going to do things. Or I'm just going to sit down and read a book, yet to be determined. I've actually got dressed now. I feel like if I've showered, I've put clothes on, and I dry my hair if I've washed my hair that day, I'm a lot more motivated to get up and get out the house, because, you know, I'm not doing all that effort for nothing. It's like I wouldn't do my makeup just to sit around the house. But if I'm going to be seen, that actually also applies to if I'm going to vlog, even if I'm vlogging from my accommodation, but you get the premise. it makes me more productive, it motivates me a little bit more, and it helps me feel like a functional human. It's the little tips and tricks you need. It's the little tips and tricks. I say as someone who hates the fact that consistency and scheduling is actually quite good for me, but I despise consistency and scheduling. So we just put a few things in that I don't necessarily have to do at specific times, but specific things that I tend to do in a general routine. Can I just say, approximately 3 years ago, I only wore dark colours. I mean, for a fair few years previous to that as well, I only wore dark colours. And now, this is my outfit. I'm blonde, and I'm loving it. I feel like I was born to live right by a beach. Anyway, I need to clean up the kitchen, tidy up the kitchen. We have some washing up to put away, a little bit of washing up to do, and then some general tidying. Some of this just needs to be put away, some of this needs to be thrown and washed. Less time than expected. I'm currently watching a drive video. It's where Richard Hammond, Izzy Hammond and co, when they're hungover, build a caterum. I watch this video quite a lot in the background. Every now and again I find a random YouTube video that is really great viewing in the background, and I watch it a lot. This is one of them. So is Modson's video about his journey to sobriety, which is a very different tone. In case anyone forgot, it's new hair day / hair refresh day. The plan is, because we already did the consultation, half head highlights, toner, cut. So we're going to obviously brighten up just round the face, because we are still quite blonde, and I want to bring back some warmth. Last time we did a highlight low light, and we brought my natural colour through a little bit more. Yes, it means that it's grown out quite nicely, but my natural colour is quite ashy and I want warmth. So we are increasing the warmth, bringing the warmth through a little bit more. I don't have photos because I got overwhelmed. So I want to work with them, see what they recommend, see what they think works with my colouring. We need to head over. I actually need to film a transition for TikTok and then we need to head over, but let's go. Oh my god, babes, I'm so sorry. I have neglected you. I filmed a TikTok transition. I sent a picture to the family group chat, but I didn't show you the hair. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And yes, I've already got comfies on. I've taken my makeup off. You've missed the full effect, but nonetheless, she does look lovely. Nicola at Chris Marks on South Street in St Andrews. She works wonders. We discussed the colour a little bit. So what we ended up doing, let me walk you through it. We did a half head highlights, which is why we still have all this lovely blonde throughout by my face. And then we put a little low light in. We did a level 7 with golden hues. So whilst the level 7 on like the samples looks really, really dark, it didn't actually come out really dark. And she warned me about that ahead of time. But she showed me a couple different options and we ended up mixing 2. It's in my notes, I'm not remembering it. We went for the golden options. And then we also just put a warm toner through that kept some of that lightness in the blonde going on in the face as well. We are both obsessed, obviously. And then we did a little blow dry and a little cut. We opted not to do layers, we debated it. But I forgot how much even a little trim feels like it takes off my hair. I feel like she was getting very, very long there for a second. I mean, in COVID, she got down to the hip bones. So for me, this is relatively short hair, but we did definitely bring those face framing pieces and the feathering up. So if I were to put my hair up, these pieces would still kind of fall, frame my face, give me options, give me half up, half down options, all of that good stuff. The stuff I like. Obviously, if you really wanted to get it back, you could slick back. I feel like with the sun coming in right now, you might be able to really see all the colours in my hair. But I personally think the warmth brings me back to life a little bit. And I mean, we're obsessed. I feel like I'm definitely going to have to book in for at least a toner and a cut before I move out in August. But if we can find our way to a little additional highlight, maybe we'll put one in there as well. I'm obsessed. I feel like a new woman. I feel like I've got a new lease of life. I'm going to ramble at you for a second because I've been having this thought. I've had this thought since doing my weekly call with my parents today, because we do a little 2-hour Google Meet, Zoom, Teams, whatever works for us every week. And this idea kind of came up to me, and I'm going to try and get this done really quick because it's almost done with natural light for the day. But I feel like because this is a very bits and bobs, work-life balance, trying to figure life out vlog, that this fits in this one. And I think there's a real sense of restlessness to postgrad life. I'll be perfectly honest, my course finishes in a month and a half and I don't have a job lined up. That's not for lack of trying. I applied to loads of jobs, burnt myself out on it, and then kind of left it for a little while, and I'm getting back into the swing of applying because I want my focus to be on my dissertation. I want that to be as good as it possibly can. But as a result, I'm looking for what I'm calling a big girl job, but that big girl job is most likely going to be in London. My parents live commuting distance from London, so I am moving back home when I move out of here in August. I'm moving back to a house that I haven't lived in full time for 4 years. The last time I spent a significant amount of time there was 2 years ago in summer, where I spent maybe a month and a half, 2 months there. Since then, the longest I've been back is maybe 3 weeks. The last version of myself that lived in that house is 19-year-old me. I'm 23 now. I went to Durham and I forged a life for myself over 3 years in that city. I had my routines, I had the way my life looked, and I had the person that I wanted to be, that I created, and I bettered myself to be that person. But it was because I was in a new environment that it was really easy to break any of those kind of repetitive cycles that for years I kept falling back into. Again, when I moved up to St Andrews for the year, I was able to continue to create and change and evolve into this person. In a few weeks, really, I'm moving back to a house and to a bedroom that I lived in from the moment I was born, practically, until I left at 19. There's history of me there, but there's also the ghost of 11, 15, 18, 19-year-old me there. The ghost of a very depressed and anxious girl in COVID lockdowns. A ghost of an academic perfectionist who all she had energy to do was homework, sleep, go to school, sleep, homework, rinse, repeat. And I'm not that person anymore. Yes, I like to be busy and I do fill my schedule with loads of things, but they aren't just studying. They aren't just things where I can be the best at things anymore, which is what studying was for me for a long time. Now they're things I really enjoy. They're helping people there. They were cheer, they were exercise, they were dancing again. They were getting to do these things that felt like me and that got me in healthy patterns, great patterns for my mental health. But even as Durham came to a close after the 3 years, I started to feel restless. It's why I didn't consider staying at Durham for my master's. I felt like I'd outgrown that space and I was restless for something new. And I always knew St Andrews would be a year. And I'm kind of feeling like, it's been a great year. What's next? There's a part of me that can already feel that restlessness of being back in that bedroom and being back in that house, because I'm reminded of a version of me who I have worked really, really hard not to be anymore. I might be out here on my own feeling it, but I have an inkling to say that's probably a very, very universal young people postgrad feeling. But I don't know how to properly verbalize that restlessness that's not just I want to move forward with my life and I want to hit milestones and I want to grow, but it's also I don't want to risk becoming someone that I didn't particularly like, the version of me that I didn't particularly enjoy being. I want to share this because I think that's probably a feeling that other people share, and I want to go, me too, guys, you're not on your own, and I hope I'm not on my own, please tell me I'm not. I think that is one of the biggest roadblocks I'm going to have to navigate postgrad. Just because you're returning somewhere where that person was, where that version of you was, doesn't mean you're doomed to become them again. And it's taking a little bit of convincing and reconciling for me to believe that, but I definitely know it. In practice, it might be a lot easier than I'm thinking it's going to be, but in my brain, it's kind of hard to reconcile. I feel like I've said the word reconcile 1,000,001 times. We can do it. I believe in us. We can continue to grow and be the people we want to be, just it's not always going to be easy. And I think this is one of those moments where I'm getting very caught up on it not necessarily being that easy. I don't know if this is going to be the final clip of this vlog. If it is, thank you for listening to me ramble, and editing me is going to have a field day trying to make sense of all of these clips, because a lot of them aren't just me info dumping to you into the camera with some cleaning and some beach clips thrown in. But I feel like to get back into vlogging, which I really want to do, get back into making content on here, I need to catch you up to where I am and who I am at the moment. And this is all my thought process kind of being word dumped at you, and I hope somewhere in it you find a little bit of understanding or can relate to something, or it makes someone feel a little bit less like they're going through something all on their own. And hopefully, I don't know when you'll see this, I don't know if you'll see this, but if you do, there should be another video coming very, very soon. But we'll see.